Lake Karapiro on New Zealand's North Island offers the perfect conditions for a sport in which Kiwi athletes have enjoyed considerable success over recent years. Mahe Drisdale has been at the forefront of New Zealand rowing for a while now. The 37-year-old has won 2 Olympic and 8 World Championship medals. Transworld Sport first crossed paths with Mahe back in 2007. The single sculler took up the sport while studying at the University of Auckland. 9 years on, and he has his eyes set on more glory at the Rio Olympics.
You can still get better, and I'm still getting better at 37 years old, so that helps. You know, it's pretty good around the squad. You know, we've got a lot of young talent, and it's fantastic to be there every day. You know, every morning you're getting out of bed and going down and you know, pushing yourself to the limit, and you know, you've always got that competition.
Mahe won the first of his 5 world titles in 2005, despite having broken 2 vertebrae in a crash with a water skier earlier that year. In 2008, he was chosen as New Zealand's sole representative in the men's single sculls at the Beijing Olympics. He came through a rigorous national selection process for the Games, which saw him pitted against the man who had inspired him to take up rowing, Rob Waddell.
You know, I was a 3-time world champion and very focused on the Olympics, and you know, last minute, you know, 6 weeks before our national trials, I was told that the spot was up for grabs, and you know, whoever won a series out of me and Rob was going to go to the Olympics, and you know, that was incredibly hard to take mentally.
Mahe won a best-of-3 race trial set by the New Zealand Rowing Committee. The competition between Mahe and Rob Waddell, who'd won gold in the event at the Sydney Olympics, made headline news in their country. The series went to a deciding race. Drysdale's coach, Richard Tonks, was always confident that Mahe's mental strength would see him through.
He has good mental skills. That's why he's a world champion. All world champions have good mental skills of concentration and ability to push themselves. Obviously got the right genes. He's determined to do well. Everybody can train hard, but then you got that last 10% upstairs that's very important.
With the selectors satisfied that he was the right man for the job, Mahe found himself in the final at the Beijing Olympics. After the disappointment of Beijing, Mahe quickly set his sights on the 2012 London Olympics. In the lead-up to the Games, he overcame yet more injury and won another world title. That triumph in Slovenia saw him go into the London Olympics as favourite for gold.
It's been a great ride. It's been, I guess, it certainly hasn't been boring. You know, there's a lot of obstacles that have been placed in my way, and you know, I guess in hindsight, it's good to look back and realise that you've managed to overcome a lot of those to be where I am, and you know, that makes it very satisfying. But you know, in some ways, I guess as well, was, you know, some of them you wish hadn't been thrown in your way. But you know, that's also part of the learning.
After winning Olympic gold, Mahe took a year out from serious rowing and was able to focus on something that had taken a rather large back seat over the years: a personal life. In 2013, he married fellow Kiwi Olympic rower Juliet Haig, and the couple welcomed daughter Bronte into the world a year later. Mahe returned to the boat in 2014. Today, his life is still geared around his sport, but he now has a welcome escape from the water.
I think coming home and you know, it's one of the things about having a child has been you know, really cool. You come home and you know, you've got her to come back to, and you know, she's completely oblivious to what you've been doing and you know, who you are, and you know, that's really nice. You just got something else to focus on and get stuck into. And you know, I guess when I come home, I've always got things, you know, the dogs, you know, my wife Juliet, and it's really nice just to you know, come home and be in the moment, I guess. And you know, you can whether you've had a good or bad row, you can, you know, tell Juliet or, you know, talk about it. She's an ex-rower, so she understands, and then you can switch off and you know, think about the everyday things of you know, eating and enjoying each other's company.
Mahe's aim is to successfully defend his Olympic crown in Rio this year, and his coach is confident.
It's the old story, we just want to go faster every stroke. For the same amount of effort, we want to go a little faster and we want to move the boat a little further. If we can just improve, say, even 1/4 of an inch per stroke in a race, that would be huge. So it's all about trying to just make the boat move better. You get a better performance, more efficiency. You know, at his age, his level of fitness perhaps is not going to increase. Well, it's not going to be a huge increase. So you just want that efficiency to be able to do it easy and move better. So just trying to make the stroke and the technical things just a little bit better.
Preparations for Rio have been going well. However, at the last 2 World Championships, Mahe has been beaten to gold by his great rival Ondrej Sinek of the Czech Republic.
It's gone very well, apart from a couple of races. You know, one of them, unfortunately, was the World Champs final. You know, where it was, you know, 0.3 of a second, you know, between first and second. But you know, in saying that, that's certainly you know, puts me right in the ballpark where I wanted to be. Obviously, I would have liked the gold medal more than the silver, but you know, I think it's very much on track and you know, tracking in the right direction to where I want to be going into Rio.
Come August, Mahe Drisdale will be hoping for a little less drama in his pursuit of another Olympic gold.